Hey everyone, it's Greg from Stationery Shenanigans. I'm so excited to share my Fill Up Your Notebook challenge. The notebook that I wanted to fill up is finally filled. So I figured to hold myself accountable, I'm going to share each of the pages with you all. Just because I'm always curious to what you use your notebooks for. I love seeing everyone's spreads and flip throughs and explanations. It's like one of those things where you can just get sucked in video after video. So that's why I wanted to make one here. And my goal was, I feel like I needed some changes, so I wanted to finish this notebook before I start any other ones, or before I change up my traveler's notebook system, which is coming. So to start off, this is the Traveler's Hotel Edition that came out. I can't remember, was it this year or last year? I've been using it as my main traveler's notebook with my journaling page for travel and regular stuff, and then my actual journal writing page, which is also going to change. The notebook itself that I'm going to go through is not in chronological order because I started it in 2017, stopped, used something else, and came back to it as part of my wanting to actually fill up notebooks before I buy more. And it gives you that like sense of completion that feels really nice. So let's just go ahead one by one. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit here. So this is a cover. Now this notebook I bought originally when I got the limited edition olive traveler's notebook, which I couldn't even tell you what year that was. I guess that was 2017. I still have the cover because I must have pasted it on there. And then there's just stickers that I collected. I love collecting fruit stickers, flag of Finland. Yeah, so in here's Japanese chocolate bars I love, Zoltar, the fortune teller that you can put $1 in and he like puts out a fortune. Me and my friend always love Zoltar, so anytime we see a Zoltar we get a fortune. And then on here is this is from Milu bags, which I don't have an item handy right now. They're on the other shelf, I can't grab it. There are a leather shop in Athens, Greece that are amazing. You can actually buy some of their products through Tokyo Pen Shop, which is better for shipping and stuff, but I cannot recommend Milu bags. It's just like I can't recommend them anymore. They're like utmost perfection, best leather I've ever encountered, not overpriced, and the family that runs it is amazing. So I'll put a link in the description below in case you're interested, also to the Tokyo Pen Shop tab of it. This is one of the stamps I got at the DC Pen Show, I think in 2022. This is just one of those washi tapes. This is actually for my friend's wedding, so you can tell that I started this in 2017. I just wrote 2017 and 2022, like right now when I finished the notebook. That way I just have it for memories. Okay, apparently this is a list of books that I read in 2017. All these are really good books. I probably should keep an actual book journal or use Goodreads or something because I read 1 or 2 books a week and I forget what I've often read, but probably the best one I read on here was Maya's Notebook by Isabel Allende, and maybe, Death and the Penguin by Andrei Kurkov, which is especially apt of what's going on right now in Ukraine. I highly recommend that book. And then, yeah, so this is in January 2018. I am in Warsaw, Poland, which I used to be in often. So I guess I'm journaling at my favorite coffee shop there, which is at Rondo ONZ. It's the Cafe Nero. If you've ever been to Warsaw, you maybe know that intersection. This is the Paper Seahorse official partner shop stamp that I got in Tampa, Florida. I hope they're okay with the hurricane that just happened. This is from Biedronka, which is like a Polish grocery store, like a discount grocery store, or just, it's everywhere. I must have been from a piece of fruit. Again, I love saving fruit labels. That's probably the easiest thing to save and put in your traveler's notebook. Massachusetts in 2021, that's when I went to visit my friend. Last year, this is when I wrote about my trip from May 2022. See how it's all over the place? I apologize. My trip to Florida, washi tape, the little bookmarks that Paper Seahorse gave out. And I think I've already shown this spread before, but here's some photos I took with my notebook at the Paper Seahorse. A little creative idea that they give you. And we just had the best time at the Paper Seahorse. Also cannot recommend them enough. I would love to go back to Tampa someday and visit them. And more from my trip. We went to a cool Turkish coffee place in Sarasota, Florida. A cool lavender place. There's just a little map of where we were on the boat. This is from a glass jar that I bought at the Latte Plaza Korean grocery store. This is just a cutout from one of the teas that I bought at the Turkish coffee place, just because I like the artwork on it. And I used white washi tape to like write a little note on to see how the ink would fare up. And this is Jetstream ink, and it worked out really well, so I was happy with that. That's my watercolors, messed up on the face a little bit. This is when I used those Staedtler watercolor pencils, which I used again to finish up this notebook that I really enjoyed. Work trip to Albany, New York. I think I talked about that too. Just random things I save, including boarding pass and little business cards from the mercantile place I had gone to, which was like a little store that sourced all like little Etsy shop type places or small businesses. It was kind of cool because you could go and buy their products all in one place, all under one roof. So I try to support local business when I can. This is probably from one of my journal paloozas when I was trying to fill up this notebook. It's just random things, cutouts that I saved. This is actually from stamps that I bought from the post office, and I saved like the top of the stamp sheet. More container wrappings from when I went to the Korean or Japanese grocery store. When I bought those travel watercolors, it's like has like a little note with the person that made them. And I saved a movie stub from when I saw The Conjuring last summer. That's the last time I've been in a movie theater. Just these are actually from World Market. These are wall hangings I have in my apartment, but this is from the wrapping that they came in, and I just liked how they're miniature sizes of them, so I kept my two favorite ones and put them in here. This is some clear Kita washi tape. Do a little writing, a little drawing. Traveler's Company palette, when that came, that was the beginning of summer, which looking back now, summer 2022 seems so long ago. Oh boy. This is from Uncle Camp when my niece came and stayed with me. We had a really nice time. This is from an art place nearby. This is a random, when I had bought, I think I wrote in here. Oh no, when I bought something from Shein, this like came in it, and I just thought it was so funny that I just had to keep it. Fortune from Panda Express, a little cutout from, I don't know where I got this little cutout from. Sometimes I just cut out packaging and just put it in my traveler's notebook. My trip to Luray Caverns, Shenandoah Valley, or Shenandoah National Park. When I was in Philly, I went home to Philly, and we went to the Museum of the American Revolution, and I got to go to another Travelers Company partner shop, which was, I don't want to say it was better than Paper Seahorse, it was just different. They're equally amazing. This one has water ice and a soft pretzel. So I went on July 23rd, 2022. I saved just little things from I bought. This is what they use to wrap your stuff with, and I wrote about it a little bit. This is my attempt at watercoloring that I kind of failed, but this is a stamp. I can't remember if I got this from, did I get this from, this might have been from Paper Seahorse or Omoizaka. I cannot remember. I already talked about how the stamping process is like nerve-wracking when you're at somewhere and you're trying to like stamp on a good part of your notebook, but there are other people in line, or you just feel awkward, or it doesn't stamp well. You kind of have to just like chill and do it. So this is a really nice sticker from a book of stickers I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. This is when I took my road trip in August of 2022. Some washi tape, my little itinerary, trying to use stamps for the first time. This was my trip, the Biltmore, Asheville, Roanoke, kitchen store I went to and I journal about it, just with ballpoint pen. Winston-Salem, North Carolina, art center I went to. This is my Fill Your Notebook challenge. When I really wanted to get moving here, I drew my cat comic from my Hobonich. I was cleaning out my cabinets and I had bought these vitamins when I was in Denmark years ago, and I just wrote about it. Sonnet 116 from Shakespeare and Sonnet 18. I was using my Tatcha fountain pen with the green ink, and I've been using it and I love it. This is another sticker from that book I'm going to talk about. This is when I did a little book review when I read Dear Mr. Knightley by Catherine Ray. Definitely recommend it. It's an easy read if you just want something like kind of fun. Just doing more journaling in September and some doodling of my stationery, my traveler's notebook, and my Hobonich cover and washi tape and all that fun stuff. This I just posted a video about recently. This is I dreamt of picking up Chinese, blaring 60s French pop music, coming home to my apartment, and after working my dream job on September 30th. And this is all different. Color pencil, washi tape, lettering pens, Zig marker, stickers, stamps. This is just a little bit of everything. So now I really wanted to fill my notebook. I use stamps to make bad art, and then I use a little bit of the Travelers Company watercolor palette. This is a saying from one of the artists I follow. Well, I'm sure other artists have said it, but there's an artist on YouTube I started following a couple years, actually. Her name is Shayna Klee. I'm not super into art, and I don't always understand a lot of the stuff, but I just like her personality and how she talks about some things. And she always talks about how everyone should make art. It doesn't have to be something that gets hung in a museum, and you don't have to think about where it goes. You should just enjoy the process and experience. So sometimes when I'm feeling kind of down or I need to feel inspired, I'll watch some of her old vlogs or some of her old videos to kind of get the creativity going there. She also says to take up space, that we are all worthy and we're here. So while we're here, we have the absolute right to take up space and do the things we want to do. So I did it again with the stamping, and then I used those Staedtler watercolor pencils and then drew just kind of like this, and then took the Pentel Waterbrush to go over it to kind of have that effect. I will say that I really like the effect that it gives. These two colors look great, these not so much. But you can't really tell until the water hits the color pencil. I don't know if that makes sense. It's the way you draw it, and then once you put water on it, it looks totally different. So I feel like it might be hard to control. So take up space, everyone. I just found a random when my niece was here and we went to the zoo and we saw the baby panda. This is from a stuffed animal that we bought or something. Put some of that washi tape from Staples, and then I just put in Chinese, I'm happy to meet you all. Funny story, I studied Chinese in college and went study abroad in China and all that stuff. It has been such a long time since I've really spoken or written Chinese, so I just wanted to see if I could make it look nice with one of these Lei pen drawing pens, and I don't know if it looks too nice, but whatever. Again, this is from the sticker book I'm about to talk about, which I love. And I just put, it may not be spring, but we can pretend. Because I found this pamphlet from the State Arboretum of Virginia, out near Winchester, Virginia. It's one of the places I love to go. Last time I was there, there's a trail of local wildflowers with signs and all that stuff. I'm also not a plant person. I'm not super knowledgeable on these things. I just enjoy the experience and learning about some stuff. For example, I learned that English ivy is very invasive to the North American environment, and it's bad, which is funny because when we think of ivy covered walls and stuff and old buildings and colleges, we think it's very beautiful and just such a great looking thing, but it's actually horrible for the environment. So there's your fun fact for the day. So put that little pamphlet in there. I did have to cut it a little bit so it would fit onto the regular size Traveler's notebook. I wrote about, so I saved this from my Hobonich, these little, I love these things. I just like the little drawings too. And I wrote about if a genie came and asked me what languages I wanted to be able to speak fluently right away. I put Latvian because I like the way Latvian sounds. I went to Latvia years ago, I can't even remember when. And I had a friend in college on my floor who was from Latvia. And I just think it's random. And I would also love to be fluent in Japanese because then I could be more immersed in like the stationery world. So this is just lyrics to a song I used to sing in college with my classmates. Yeah. And it's always in my head. And then I drew, well, I didn't draw, so this is a sticker from that book. And then Glory to Ukraine, everyone knows what's going on right now. And then what I used was this Le Pen drawing pen to write it. And then I used the watercolors over. And I was really impressed that this Le Pen set, which I talked about, I think I got this at Omoizaka. It didn't bleed at like all. And I did it right away. Like I wrote Ukrainian both, and then I took my Pentel brush pen and went right over it, and it didn't have any bleeding. So this definitely was worth it. And then I have a necklace, the Ukrainian necklace, that's very special to me. So I kind of drew it with a different lay pen. This tip was 1.0. And then I kind of just wanted to do like, again, this like watercolor wash because I just like the way that it looks. And then I went over it with the golden yellow. And then I put forever, always with you. Okay, and then this is again from that sticker book. I just liked it. This whole like circular thing with the leaves. What's the word? I don't know the word for it. Like crown. It also makes me think of Ukraine, so I put that in there. Then I wrote a little coffee moment. A discount store I went to had Chibo coffee, which I used to go there when I was in Dusseldorf, Germany. It's like a storefront, and I always loved it. So I just thought it was fun. So I saved this from the packaging and made the coffee at home and just wrote about it. Used some coffee washi tape. Then I continue my coffeeness because I also found this when I found my wildflower pamphlet from the Arboretum of one of my favorite coffee shops in Winchester, Virginia. And I don't remember if I talked about it here on this channel. I know I had posted on Instagram, but I discovered when I was there, they have like a table with notebooks, and it's like years and years worth of notebooks where you write something in the notebook, anything, and then like leave it on the table and someone else comes and writes on there. And it's like you can either continue a story or a back and forth, or you just kind of, it's almost like a confessional, or people, like, so I would go through and read with different things that people wrote, something that was good or bad about their day, or something they were going through, or just like curiosity between strangers. I just thought it was such a cool concept, especially to have in a coffee house. I'll try to insert footage here if I can find it. It might have been last year that I had went and saw that for the first time, but I just thought it was so cool, and I wish more places had stuff like that. And then I just took some stickers from local coffee shops, and I wanted to test out the Uniball Signo metallic one that I just had posted with my Michaels haul to see how that would turn out, and I used those coffee stickers from Shein. Then my paper that I got off Amazon, I wanted to see if again, here we go. This is the metallic jelly roll that I also got at Michael's, how it would show up on this paper. So I just wrote a song lyric. It actually looks better than I thought it would, and it didn't smear. And then I took a different one of those papers. I had a bunch of fortunes from fortune cookies that I want to put up there with stamps of those fun animals I had also got at Michael's. Then the last page is the stamp from, I want to say this was at Paper Seahorse. Maybe it was at the DC Pen Show. I think it was Paper Seahorse. Just my watercolor kind of test page. Again, I use a lot of, this is when I tested my glass pen and my platinum preppy and a banana thing. This is my metallic tester. And this is from when I actually got the Traveler's Notebook. The back has one of those stickers again from the book I'm about to show you. My all-time favorite online retailer, Tokyo Pen Shop. This is from one of those Dollar Tree hauls, like really high quality sticker. You wouldn't expect that from Dollar Tree. And this is the back of the cutout from my Olive Edition. So that is a completed notebook. I'm gonna go ahead and file this away for safekeeping and memory keeping and all that stuff. I just feel really good that it's done. And we have a filled notebook. It's a nice feeling. I feel like now I can try something else. And of course, I'm not going away from my traveler's notebook, y'all. That's like one of my most favorite things. I may have mentioned this before, I haven't watched any of my videos, but traveler's notebooks are one of the only things I felt like I've used or been a part of consistently since 2015. Like, I've always kept a traveler's notebook. I used to travel a lot more than I do now. I would write notebooks and notebooks, and I just felt like I kept coming back to it because I love everything about it. I love the company, I love the products. It just is a good thing. So as of right now, I'm still 100% all about traveler's notebooks. So last but not least, I kept talking about it, but this is the Antiquarian sticker book, and y'all probably have seen these or had these. If it's available on Amazon, I will go ahead and post it below. I love this. It has over 1,000 stickers, but the way the stickers look are just so cool. It's like very like 19th century and all different types. So you have like animals and plants. Just these, like, look at these. Just all different. They're all very matte. They're all, you know, they don't have any gloss on them. I haven't tried writing on them or anything. They have different designs, bugs, like oddities and stuff from like kings and queens. And like, look at this. I love this. So if I find it, oh, look at those like rugs. I have a rug like this in my living room, side note. I wonder if this is this a whole sticker? I guess it is, yeah, or I could cut it out and use it. That would be a really cool notebook cover. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. More animals, designs, birds. I just love the content of this. It's just different than like a lot of stuff you see. And then the back has letters. Yeah, so again, I'll link it on Amazon if it's still available. I think I might have seen it in Barnes & Noble or somewhere. I actually bought this off Instagram like a few years, I don't know when it was, a few years ago. It like popped up, was one of those things where it was like releasing soon, like sign up to get an email notification when we produce this sticker book. And I signed up and bought it. And I want to say it was like $25, which is definitely worth it. And it's like a book. Like, this is a heavy hardback book. If you had it on a shelf, you would think it's just a regular book. So also recommend that. Well, that is enough of me rambling. I hope you are all doing well. Let me know in the comments below what you think about filling up a notebook, or if you've done a fill your notebook challenge with me so we can move on to something else. Take care.